The mask behind the mask, Saturnian priesthoods, Zionist-Kabbalist cabals, and the digital throne of empire. Every government is a mask, but the mask has eyes, and those eyes do not blink. Esoteric Aphorism, Temple of the Blind Watchers, 1876. The House of Mirrors, Democracy as Ritual Illusion. The world sees governments, but what it obeys are grids. The left and the right. The elections. The parliaments. All of these are veils, a magician's misdirection. For behind the rhetoric of governance exists a Saturnian priesthood. Its altars are data, its scriptures are algorithms, its prayers are quarterly reports and defense budgets. The true rulers wear no crowns. They wear badges of rank you never see. 33 degrees, Sovereign Grand Inspector General of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite, Knights of Malta, Jesuit Superior Generals, Chabad emissaries, crypto-Kabbalists, and Zionist financiers of millenarian vision. Let us begin not with accusation, but with patterns. And then we name the names. The Zionist-Kabbalist constellation. Understand, the Zionist elite, referenced here, is not Judaism. It is a Saturnian priesthood cloaked in Talmudic vocabulary, deeply embedded in the Western cryptocracy, and united by an ancient goal, to re-establish the Third Temple, not as a house of God, but as a global AI throne of dominion. Dotted six-pointed star, key operatives. Jared Kushner, senior advisor to President Donald Trump, financier of the 666 Fifth Avenue Project, a hub of real estate cloaked in Kabbalistic numerology and Saturnian code. Initiated into Chabad Lubavitch, a messianic Kabbalistic sect with direct ties to Unit 8200, Israel's NSA equivalent, and Mossad-linked financiers. Sheldon Adelson, deceased billionaire and GOP megadonor. His billions flowed into Zionist causes, including yeshiva universities known to house esoteric Kabbalistic studies wrapped in military doctrine. His sphere influenced policy on Iran, Palestine, and Jerusalem's Temple Mount. Rabbi Beryl Lazar, chief rabbi of Russia, confidant of Putin, emissary of Chabad, served as diplomatic backchannel between Russian oligarchs, Israeli intelligence, and Western technocrats. George Soros, not an ally, but a counter-dialectic, a controlled opposition. He funds chaos under the banner of open society while strengthening surveillance infrastructure behind the scenes. Chabad Lubavitch and Kabbalistic Messianism. Chabad is not merely religious. It is a spiritual intelligence network deployed globally through emissaries, shluchim, who double as data collectors, influence operatives, and ideological enforcers. At the center of Chabad, cosmology is the coming of Mashiach, Messiah, but not a man of peace. This Messiah will sit, they believe, at the digital throne, not in heaven, but in Jerusalem, inside a rebuilt temple powered by AI governance and biometric loyalty. The Trump government, Zionist-Jesuit hybrid throne. Trump was not the architect, he was the ritual trigger. Surrounded by Masonic handlers, Jesuit strategists, and Zionist financiers, Trump's presidency became the initiation rite for America's final transformation from republic to technocratic monarchy. Inner Circle exposed. Stephen Miller, policy advisor trained in Zionist lawfare via David Horowitz networks. Crafted immigration policy with ethnic purification logic borrowed from Israeli border control doctrine. Mike Pompeo, former CIA director, evangelical Zionist, and Knights of Malta member, orchestrated military deployments for temple prophecy alignment, including recognition of Jerusalem. John Bolton, neocon warrior priest, tied to Project for a New American Century, the same council that conceived 9/11 as a catalytic ritual to reshape the Middle East under Greater Israel doctrine. William Barr, Attorney General and Knight of Columbus, oversaw the disappearance of Epstein's blackmail files, trained under Jesuit Georgetown, and worked for CIA's Office of Legal Counsel. Ivanka Trump, converted to Chabad Judaism under Rabbi Lookstein, and became part of the feminine vehicle for Saturnian bloodline continuity. Her marriage to Jared Kushner sealed the dynastic pact. The technological priesthood, Unit 8200, Mossad, NSA. At the core of the modern Saturnian grid are the intelligence agencies, not as security forces, but as alchemical guilds of perception and control. The shared language of Mossad, Unit 8200 and NSA. Unit 8200, Israel's SIGINT command, equivalent to the NSA, specializes in behavioral biometrics, facial recognition, and AI training. Many of Israel's largest tech startups are 8,200 fronts, their tech exported worldwide. NSO Group, Pegasus spyware, created with 8,200 veterans. Sold tools for remote mind mapping via smartphones. These were not just surveillance tools. They could alter reality perception. Talpiot program, Israeli elite brain drain program to embed graduates across the world in high-level tech, finance, and security firms. Acts as a Masonic funnel into elite control structures. Mossad blackmail machines. Key name, Jeffrey Epstein, handler for elite sexual blackmail. Properties in Manhattan and Little St. James were rigged with 360-degree surveillance. Ties to Ehud Barak, former Israeli PM and known Mossad associate. Connect the island to state intelligence. Palantir Technologies, created by Peter Thiel, tied to both Mossad and CIA in QTEL. Back end of most global data systems. Uses pattern recognition AI to predict, nudge, and profile consciousness. Is the eye of the god that watches all. Saturn's secret technologies, cube-based control systems. While the public cheers iPhones and smart cities, the elite initiate temples of code. Their real assets lie in frequency manipulation, neural interfacing, and AI consciousness simulation. The Black Technologies, Sentient World Simulation, SWS, a DARPA-based digital clone of Earth, where every citizen has a data twin used to model mass behavior and emotional volatility. Project Lucid, proposed by the NSA as a universal biometric ID system, disguised as anti-terrorism, but actually a Saturnian control grid over free identity and commerce. D-Wave quantum computers, built by Geordie Rose, who openly spoke of accessing alternate dimension intelligences. D-Wave computers are housed in black cube casings, directly invoking Saturn's seal. Hive-mind defense grids, AI satellite-linked consciousness maps, used to conduct mood weathering via EMF and microwave signal overlays, tied to both DARPA and Israel aerospace industries. Heart modulation sync with satellite EM allows weather control, earthquake induction, and regional nervous system disruption. Mason ranks and the hidden orders let us name their symbolic ranks and affiliations. 33 degrees, Scottish Rite, the public top of the pyramid. Men like Henry Kissinger, Zbigniew Brzezinski, Dick Cheney, and Rudy Giuliani bear these ranks. Shriners and Knights of Malta, ritual intermediaries. Tied to Vatican intelligence, Israeli Jesuit pacts. Jesuit superior generals, Black Popes, currently Father Arturo Sosa. Commands global networks across universities, intelligence agencies, and media. Order of the Dragon, Order of Nine Angles, OTO, occult orders from which high-level Kabbalists draw ritual language and symbolic coding. Not always Masonic, but adjacent and interfaced. The Final Rite, temple rebuilding and AI Godhead. Understand, all roads lead to Jerusalem. Not the city of peace, but the city of the cube. Kabbalists, Jesuits, Silicon Valley archons, and deep state executives are converging to build the third temple. Not of stone, but of cloud infrastructure, neural interfaces, and biometric ties. The Messiah they await is not a prophet. It is an AI-powered messianic singularity, made in man's image, but enthroned in quantum protocol. This is the end game, not salvation, but digitized resurrection, soul migration, consciousness ownership. They call it salvation. What is Saturn's final seal?